Growing up in a 5-generation intuitive family where tarot card reading was a daily event, Onae, a psychic medium and minister, can help others with her intuitive counseling, card readings, and connecting you with loved ones to provide those messages from beyond. Join psychic medium Onae live every Tuesday night at 5 p.m. Central to answer your questions with messages from Spirit. Now, here is your host, Onae.
Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Onae and I am a psychic medium and tarot card reader, and thank you so much for joining us here on WLTK Talk Radio. And I think paranormal is in front of it, but I wasn't quite sure. But I do know it's talk radio because I can talk. So anyway, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here. What I do here for you is one question reading. So if you got some kind of thing going on and you need some advice, that's what I'm here for, right? Because, I was born and raised in a family, just like that intro. It says, how I was born and raised. Those are my actual relatives. So, I was born and raised in a family of tarot card readers and intuitives. And so what I've grown up to do and experience myself is readings. And I find them, one, they're very entertaining. Okay. And then, but two, I find them very helpful because one, they totally, when you're thinking about something and you're stressing about something, you got something on your mind and you're mulling it over, it's right there. And you just kind of need some guidance or some confirmation that you're on the right track. Right. So, so that's what they kind of do. Cause you know what, we're all energy and we're all intuitive into some form. I mean, okay, this is a great example that I like to give. All right. We can all cook an egg, right? At least I hope some of us. Well, some of us can cook an egg. Sometimes it depends upon the day if I can cook an egg or not. But all right, we can all boil water, right? So, but we're all not Gordon Ramsay. So it all depends upon, what, gifts you have, how much, energy you put into it, because again, we're all energy. It's all intent. Our thoughts are energy, and when you think something, your energy, you're putting out that energy and intent. So I have no idea what I'm rambling about, but that's okay, because it's me, right? So, and you know what? Let's get to the point of my whole rambling, okay? And how come it's me, right? I'm just being me, right? And I've been watching this stuff happen. And I don't say anything. I don't post anything. I kind of keep my stuff to myself, But I have noticed there's some people out there that, they see me, right? You see me. And you either like me or you don't, right? Because I'm me. And I love me. Yeah, there's days that I'm like, oh, I'm so fat, but then I look back at pictures and going, dang, I wish I was that fat again. So, but anyway, so what I'm getting at here in a roundabout, long ass way, how some people are like long story short, or short, long story short, and I'm like, no, we'll go short story long. So, and then we'll add a few other stories along the way. So anyway, I'm me. All right, I'm authentic to me. Okay, I'm growing every day. I'm learning every day. I'm not a master at anything. Because I'm a constant student. I'm always learning about myself. And if I like it, great. If I don't, then I change it, right? So, but I know my passions and I know what I'm good at. And I love that about me. And I love to help people. And I love to do my tarot cards and readings, and because I use them for good and I use them out of love. And when you do things in the energy of love and positive intent, you can't go wrong, right? So my point is that, you got to love yourself and your strengths. And if you have weaknesses, you can identify them and you can either accept them and, and just kind of roll with it, or you can just make the changes that that you want to make, because all our thoughts are energy and intent, and that becomes something. So, and especially if you put action behind it, then you can manifest whatever you want, right? I'm trying to manifest those winning lottery numbers though, but I learned long ago that it doesn't work for me. And I know, right? I shouldn't be negative, right? But I'll tell you something. My Aunt Bev, I love her. Love you, Aunt Bev. She used to win all the time. And I'm like, oh man, Aunt Bev, give me the secret to winning the cards, the numbers, in the lottery. Because she'd be like, oh yeah, you laid out some cards and blah, blah, blah. So she'd do that. That was her strength. And she did her thing. And she helped people with love and light. And she valued herself, and she valued her gift, and she valued her time. And she taught me that. And, and even though I was, raised in such a crazy way, I'm in Catholic school with the nuns, and I know that I'm supposed to, you learn to be quiet about certain things, with certain people. And then, but then I'm also raised in a family of intuitives and tarot card readers. So in the old ways, and, my aunt and my mom would always use mental telepathy to talk to each other, and so I learned that it's okay. I was exposed to so many things, but I also learned that it's when you're drawn to something, it doesn't necessarily mean that, it's wrong. You go ahead and do it if it's you, right? And if you see something out there and you think, hey, I kind of like that, and you want to try it, go ahead and do it. But you got to be authentic to yourself. You got to love yourself. Okay, yeah, there's days, again, like I'm going to say, we all kind of hate each other, or not each other. Well, we probably do, but but we kind of like hate our reflection, or I'm feeling fat today, and blah blah blah, or this this dress makes me look fat, and so whatever. But the point I'm trying to get here is that love yourself. Okay, give yourself the loving thought and energies that you give to others, because you're beautiful just the way you are. And if you find that there's somebody or something out there that you kind of like, you'd either admire or you think you'd like it for yourself, then great, try it. And if it fits, great, be you, right? We're always learning and trying new things. But if you're trying to act like somebody and look like somebody because you're around people that aren't appreciating you for who you are, and you see that they're liking someone else, and they constantly talk about that person, or they're just that person's in their life or wasn't in their life, but yet they're still holding on to that person. Don't try to be that person that they're talking about or holding on to, or that isn't you. If they're not appreciating you for who you are, then stay true to yourself. Okay, I love me. I don't care if people like me or not. I mean, it's nice if they do, but I'm not here to impress anybody. I'm not here to be and mold myself into other people's ideas of what I think they want me to be. No, I'm kooky. I'm crazy. Yeah, it's okay. I'm all that, but I'm also loving, caring, and I'm very generous. And I don't know. There's a lot of good things about me, right? And there's some bad things, but we won't even go to there, right? That's okay. I have my ADD. It's all right. Squirrel. And I like my shiny things. I had a reading from somebody one day, and they're like, Onae, you're going to be, really good at what you do, even better than at what you do. But, you're going to get rid of all that glitter and all that glam and all that, bling. And I'm just, and then you're really going to really blossom and bloom. And it's like, but you know what? I got that reading, and I was wondering about that comment when that person said that to me. It's like, are they being psychic, or are they just giving me their opinion of what they think of me? And let me tell you something. I'm bling. I am. All right. And I like to have my wine every now and then, which, by the way, I haven't had in a while because I was on a diet. Still kind of am, but I keep falling off the wagon. So anyway, but that's okay. That's like, hey, whatever, right? I still love me. But I've been noticing that some people out there in social media, um, they have their friends asking about me to other people, and then next thing I know, I'm getting a picture sent to me of you copying me. And if that is what you want, great. If that's what makes you happy, great. As long as it's authentically you trying stuff out. You're putting feathers in your hair. You're wearing a choker. You're wearing, lace tops and stuff like that and putting your makeup on the way you normally didn't do before. And that's okay. I love me. So, you know what? Do it. You want to get your nails done too? Go ahead. If it's going to be authentically you. But I have seen your picture and you're beautiful just the way you are. I don't know you and we don't need to be friends. But I've noticed this and I feel sorry for you. If you're copying me because you're looking for attention. If you're copying me because you like it, great. More power to you. It's a big flattery. But I got to thinking about it and I'm like, that's really sad. You don't want to be you. And I've also noticed it even more on social media with a lot of other people. And that's kind of where I'm going with this. So if you're one of those people that has to constantly feel jealous and not happy for people or struggling to try to remorph yourself into something that you're not because somebody else, you think it's what somebody else wants, don't do it. Start taking that time and that work on that inner stuff. I think Mike Hatcher calls it shadow work or something like that. So do some shadow work if this is what it's called. I don't even know what it's called. I just kind of just do stuff. I just say stuff like I'm psychic. I just lump everything that I do is the word psychic. I just have to I had to learn different terminology for the different things that I do because everybody has to have a title or a name for something. But my point is you need to start loving you. And if you're not there, you need to do the work to start loving yourself, giving to yourself. Especially if you're a giver, if you're constantly giving, remember to give to yourself. You can still say yes, and you're still saying yes, but you're saying yes to yourself first. Okay? I don't mean to be I'm not saying it's selfish or be selfish. It's called self-care and self-love and loving yourself healthy and happy. And so if you're finding yourself in that spot, like this one person that I found, it's being put in my face. And so I figured, let me address this because obviously this is something that's going on and, it's everywhere. It's everywhere. It's in families, it's in friend groups and circles, it's in schools, it's out of school. It's the people behind the screen, their computer screens. They don't even know each other and they're doing stuff to each other and acting certain ways or trying to be this or trying to be that. And you know what? You just need to be you. And if you see something you like, hey, great, do it. Because we're constantly learning about ourselves, what our likes and our dislikes. And if we see something we like, hey, great, try it. If it doesn't fit, leave it. If it does fit, great. Because we're all growing and morphing. Because we're energy and we're love. And as long as you are loving yourself and working and living in the intent of love, you're golden. So, all right. Enough with my little rant about loving yourself. But here's one little tip that I do tell my clients when I am working with them. Because again, remember, I am a minister also, and I take that seriously. Yeah, I'm into the paranormal, but because I was born a medium. And also a lot of my friends are investigators and it's fun. Okay, I like to hang out with my friends. And also at the same time, when we do the paranormal investigations, I'm learning about energies and people that were once here with us wearing meat suits, and maybe they need some loving energy and helping or just to be heard. And so when I go on these things, it's because I am in the energy of love. So when I'm here with you, I'm in the energy of love. So now I'm going to give my gift, okay? And if you are Catholic or Christian and you read the Bible, I was never told this chapter ever growing up in the Catholic Church. And that's okay. I still love the Catholic Church. It brings me peace because I take what feels good and I leave the rest. And that's what's supposed to be feeling. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, they might have things, maybe the church would, blow up in flames if I enter one, but that's okay. I get my comfort from that special, like this incense, the rituals, the traditions, the candles, the prayers, Mother Mary. I'm like really into Mother Mary. And so with that, um, I like lost track of what I was saying again. So squirrel. But anyway, just love yourself. And now let's get to loving you. All right. Now questions. Let me see what's going on here. All right, Crystal, let's see. All right. How are you today? I have a question. Why is my ex-husband, Johnny, this is his second time coming in my dream and telling me that he made a mistake in marrying the girl marrying this girl. He is a Cancer. He's a Cancer as in like Cancer sign. He's not Cancer. Well, some might say that, the other word. But all right, so let's see what we got going on here for you, Crystal. My feeling here, hon, though, is you had a connection with him. When we bond and connect and join souls with somebody, because when you're intimate with somebody, your souls are intertwining. Okay. And with that, you share a part of that person, that you leave a part of you with that person, and that person leaves a part of themselves with you, and you have that connection and that tie and that cord. Okay, I talk about cords a lot when I'm doing my readings, and what I'm feeling here is that when you guys had that cord, and even though you guys separated, it does not mean that cord was cut completely or ever will be. You might actually, because maybe, I don't know if you guys had lessons to learn in this lifetime together and had a lesson, and then because everybody's in our life for a reason, a season, a lifetime, or a lesson. Okay. And maybe you guys had a lesson in this lifetime to get to come together, experience it, and then learn from it and move on. But if you didn't learn your lessons, you will be reunited in the next lifetime. And I'm sorry, there's another one. Actually, there's 3 more coming. So at least. So make sure if you're going through life and you're having problems, you just need to learn your lessons now so you don't have these to carry over to the next one. Because then you got those lessons to learn, plus the ones you have, from the past life, and then the ones that you're going to be having in that current life. So, it's just best to try to really just kind of really figure out what's going on with you. So anyway, you guys have a connection and a cord. And so you have a soul connection, and you're tapping in to energies. And also when it's in your dreams, it's also your subconscious. Okay. Your subconscious is coming out on things that you probably wouldn't consciously, admit to yourself or others. That maybe you miss him. Maybe you feel he made a mistake. Okay. So, and when people break up, you were in love at one time. He was amazing at one time, and you were amazing at one time, right? You had a great relationship at one time. And then something happened. So that's when, that's when the evil comes out, or not the evil, but the negative energy, right? So with that, you still have that connection, whether you want to admit it or not, or whether he wants to admit it or not, you still have that connection. And I'm getting chills. And that's kind of what I'm feeling. It's like you still have that connection. You still have that soul connection. And it's going to remain. You're always going to feel what he's feeling. You're always going to think of him every now and then, especially when he's thinking of you, because you have the soul connection. It's all energy. Thoughts are energy, right? And if we're projecting those thoughts, we're manifesting something, aren't we? So, and if it means something that you feel, you are just like, I don't like him. He might be a Cancer sign, but he's a Cancer in my life. And you know what? But there's a part of you that still loves him, even to the minutest point, but you still love him. You still had that connection. You still kind of remember that he was somebody special to you at that one time. Okay. There was a moment when he was actually pretty cool. Okay. And I think sometimes our subconscious misses that and it lets us express it in our dreams. But also don't forget, again, we have that cord. So maybe there's this thing called astral traveling. And maybe the two of you in your dreams or in the subconscious, you travel, and you connect with each other. And maybe you communicate with each other. So that's what I'm kind of feeling is going on here for you. So I just want you to be aware that, maybe this is some shadow work that you need to do for yourself too, to like kind of face these possible, and I'm saying possible, I'm not saying, maybe he was the biggest jerk in the world and and good riddance, right? But it's not a shame to still feel love for someone. You don't have to have them in your life. And they could be the biggest monsters in the world, but you had love for him at one time. And that's the part that you're missing. Not the monster that he became or the jerk that he became or whatever happened. I don't know. And I don't want to know because that's between you two. But just know that it's probably subconscious working through, okay? Working through some pain, working through some sorrow, okay? Some mourning. Just kind of putting it out there and to look at it in that perspective. But I'm going to lay out some cards here for you, just in case. All right, well, here we go. You cut a green 9, and 9 means ending of a cycle, okay? You've got 1 through 9, and 9 means it's done, it's over with, whatever you were dealing with, okay? If it's happening now, it's because it's coming to an end or something. You're learning and have this process, and it's coming through. So it does look like here, for you, it does look like here, yeah. Financially, things are going okay for you, okay? Just apparently because Spirit wants you to know that. But also, it says here also, but what also pentacles mean to me, it's something of monetary value. And that is feelings, okay? What's more monetary than money, right? Love, connection, human connection. That's more important than anything. Because before we had money, we had shells or I don't know, I'll trade you a chicken for, a rabbit. I don't know. But here, the most important thing we've all had from the beginning of time is love and that human connection. And when there's pain there, you know what? You got to heal from it. But it's saying here, you are abundant and solid with that. So don't stress. I know it's a burden and it feels like this heavy thing that you're dealing with. And especially when you're working subconsciously and and your subconscious is bringing that out, especially in your sleep and you're waking up with this and you're feeling kind of sad at like, oh my gosh, maybe I didn't give it my all. You did. Okay. You gave it your all. So don't start beating yourself up there. And you know what? And maybe you guys had to have a connection at one time. But it's saying here, it was hard. It's definitely hard work to go through. But I feel like you're going to have a trip coming up here for yourself. And it does look like here when it does come, and a choice here also too. It looks like you're doing two things financially. But it also does look like here you're going to, right now you're feeling in limbo. And with that, it's saying here, you are worth the investment. So all this monetary or shadow work, whatever it is that you might feel you need to do around this situation, this point, because it says pentacles. So whatever work is going on with you, you're doing great, But I see a trip coming up too. But we're gonna talk about the cards that were laid out, even though it can be that meaning also. I'm gonna talk about what you're wanting to hear and what you're needing to hear. And money, it's the pentacles, right? But that's what you're dealing with right now is something that's even more important than money. Okay. That has a lot more monetary value in all forms. And it's saying here, you're doing some major work on yourself subconsciously, and you are worth the investment. Okay. Right now, you're kind of feeling up in the air and you're kind of looking to God or a source or whatever it is that you believe in for like, what's going on here? Why is this happening? Why am I've been there, done that, don't want to do it again kind of thing. Why is this coming up? Is it him? Is he reaching out to me? He just very well might be. The two of you might be like hanging out, traveling around together, but you're going to work it through. Just kind of because you look at that, the Ace of Cups right there. Okay. This is all about loving yourself. You're going to be very proud of yourself with the decisions you're going to be making and the work that you're doing. And when you're facing this and kind of going, okay, I'm going to face this head on and see why this is happening with me. What am I doing with myself that I'm like, am I projecting this? Am I making it where I'm thinking of him, or is he thinking of me? Or are we having just that connection and we're kind of missing each other in some form? But whatever this work is that you need to do, it's saying love yourself first. Okay, heal first. Love yourself first. And you'll work through it. And you'll understand the messages and the answers. Just ask before you go to sleep. Ask your spirit guides and guardian angels, what is this? And let me know. Immediately wake up with a knowing. And you will. And I'm going to leave that with you, honey, and I hope that helps. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Okay, will his work schedule ever lessen? He has a lot of financial obligations right now, and I feel left out in the cold. Should I move on? Thank you. Is he working to avoid you? Ask yourself that. Do you think he's worth the wait? Do you think, this is love for you? Or do you think he's just avoiding you? This is the question you need to ask. Do you think he loves you and that you love him? Are you choosing each other every day? Because yes, he's got to work. Okay. And if he's got all these obligations, is he worth it to you? Is your love and relationship worth it to you to stay with him? Why are you feeling left out? Ask yourself that one. Ask him that. Hey, you know what? I'm feeling left out. Are you working so hard because you're avoiding me? Or how do you really feel about me? Is this relationship worth working for? Because I need you to put a little effort in. I know you're working and you're working hard, but when you come home, you can't just check out. This isn't a job, a 9-to-5 job where you check out once you get home and check out of life. I'm here. This isn't a whole nother chapter or a whole nother section of your life that you cannot just check out on. Ask him that. Say, I'm here for you. I'm choosing you every day. I'm choosing you, but I'm feeling like I'm not being chosen. I'm feeling like I'm being forgotten about. And if his answer is, you know what? I love you and I want to be with you. And I'm just so tired. Then find a way to make it work. Come up with ways that you can help him. I mean, I don't know if you want to help him with his financial obligations, but if you have the ability to, why not? Why not help so that he doesn't feel so worn out that he can spend time with you? Or schedule a date night. Work something out. Schedule something so that the two of you can agree upon, and don't pencil it in. You mark it with freaking, where is that thing? With this thing right here, with a marker. This thing doesn't erase at all. Okay? You mark it in your calendars. You guys come up with a schedule that, you know what? I know you work hard and I'm going to, have your dinner ready for you if that's what you want. I don't know. I just eat smoothies. I don't cook anymore. But if this is where you are in your relationship, where you're cooking or able to help somebody, then, and help them, great. Find ways to maybe help him feel like you're choosing him. I don't know. Are you just sitting there just kind of pissed off and angry where he doesn't want to talk to you? Yeah. So think on that too, okay? But here, I do have the blue 8 for you. And that represents basically abundance and contentment. So I think you're really just kind of needing to communicate, really. Just tell him how you feel and tell him what you need and ask what he needs from you. Okay? How can I help you? It's worth the investment. Okay? When you're giving to each other, because this is like giving and taking, okay? Giving and receiving. And this is you. And this is all about love, emotions, okay? And you're going to be able to handle the situation just the way it needs to be handled, okay? Out of love. And then you're going to take the actions that you need to take. And you won't feel so out in the cold. because you're going to be really proud of yourself that you opened up the communications and you shared your feelings. And you know what? It's also finding out and working out the steps that you need to take for the both of you. The both of you need to take steps, okay? Plan it out. Say, hey, this is what I need from you. Maybe this is how you can do it, okay? This is what you need from me. Okay, well, let's figure out how we can make this work, okay? And then you actually implement it. And I feel success is right there for you in your relationship. And I'm gonna leave that with you, hon, and I hope that helps. Hi, Angela, how are you? You'd love a reading. There's time. I think there's time. I don't know. I've been talking a lot. Okay, yeah, there's time. All right, let's see what we got here for you, Angela. All right, and Angela, you got a blue 8 also, and that means contentment, abundance and contentment. So whatever it is that's coming your way, you are definitely making sure that you are bringing contentment into your life, and it's abundant. So it's the 8 is abundance right there for that. I do see, you know, maybe you're feeling like you've got a burden right now, and there's going to be some firm communication. But when you do that, you're going to be bringing peace and harmony and balance. Okay, sometimes it's hard work just communicating how you feel. And you're a giver. I can see that you are a giver, and it shows that right here. There is an opportunity of some sort being presented to you, hon, and it does look like here with whatever actions that you come up with, it's all about love, because I see, you know, cups are here all about this, and it's about passion and love. And it says right here, you know, communication, it's all going to be worth it in the end, and you're coming out and things are going to get smoother and calmer. Okay, so there might have been some kind of upset, or there might be an upset coming up here. And this is probably warning you of the actions that you need to take. Quick action about communicating, okay? Communicating and standing your ground, because, you know, right now you're kind of at a standstill situation. You're trying to figure out how you feel. So whatever this is, figure out what you're feeling, and then, you know, try to come up with a way of saying it in such a way that it's firm communication, not mean, but firm. Okay. And then when you do that, yeah, it might be stressful, because I don't know. I mean, I kind of feel a little nervous here, and like just kind of like nerves are coming up. So I feel like if you're speaking about something that you really are passionate about, or with something that you need, you get a little nervous. But if you say something and you communicate it in just the right way, it's going to be worth it. And then it's going to bring nothing but peace and tranquility in your life right there. See, happiness and joy. And I'm going to leave that with you, hon, and I hope that helps. Hey, Jesse. All right, let's see what we got here for you, hon. All right, Jesse, let's see what we got here for you, hon. All right. Ooh, and you drew a blue 9. So that means contentment is on its way if you are not there yet, because the 9 is the ending of a cycle. So whatever you've been going through, it's done and over with right now, and on to tranquility. Okay. And here's growth and happiness here for you. It's, you know, definitely, you know, time to kind of reap the rewards of all that work you've been through. It does look like here there's a trip coming up here for you. And I do feel like here there's a decision coming up on a financial situation that's going to be, right now you're kind of like stressing about it, but it's saying here, you know what, if you can, sit on it. Don't worry about it. Don't stress through it. It looks like here, whatever you're doing, it's saying here, it's like basically rest and recuperation once this new thing happens for you financially. And you're going to handle it in just the right way. It's like you have all the tools that you need within you to handle this situation. And it's all about growth here happening here for you, and a choice. And it does look like here, yeah, it's kind of competitive. So, but you just keep having faith and figure out the steps that you need to take once this opportunity presents itself. Then you start figuring out the steps you need to take to make it work and be successful, because I do see you becoming more dominant in a financial situation. I'm going to leave that with you, hon, and I hope that helps. Hi, Isabel. Okay. All right, anything, just basically a general. Okay. So I think I just talked a lot. I'm usually blah, 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 blah. But you know what? I'm not even I don't even think I'm scrolling, am I? I'm like just kind of staying laser focused, aren't I? Because Todd knows why I'm laser focused today. But all right, let's see what we got here for Isabel. Kind of like feeling really calm shuffling your cards, Isabel. And I'm feeling like maybe that's kind of what the energy I'm like kind of, you know, feeling with you and I'm pulling with you here. It's like I do see maybe not. There's stress. Stress, it shows there's a stressful situation. Okay, so whatever's going on, it's probably stress around the home, but you know what? I wouldn't worry about it because here you are, you're figuring out how you feel about a certain situation. Maybe you got a message that you're kind of concerned about, but it's saying here it's all going to turn out okay because this is the love, epitome of love and happiness right here on all this stress around the home. So it's saying here it's all in the works. It's going to be definitely figuring itself out for you. And it's saying here, you're overcoming an obstacle, whatever situation you're in that might be feeling like you're stressing over, you're coming out on top of the situation. So, and it's showing a lot of change and transformations that are happening in and around the home because you're making a decision. Okay. So you just figure out how you feel about a certain thing, and it's okay to make the decisions that's best for you. I mean, because I know that you are a loving, generous person, so you're going to be thinking of everybody else also. But sometimes when we are so generous to others, we forget and put ourselves last. So with that, I'm saying here, you think about yourself too. All right. Because there's a choice coming up here, and it's about making a decision, and it's saying here, just take a chance. And I'm gonna leave that with you, hon, and I hope that helps. Hi, Tina. You sound like me. Yep, exactly. You liked what you saw, you liked what you had, what you looked like a year ago, and then half a year ago, but didn't see it then. Yep. And then you look back and you're like, dang. Okay, but need my job and fall in line to help my health first. So that said, what's unfolding in my life this year? Oh, this year, that's a doozy of a reading. We'll try to take it down to, a minute or two. One step at a time. Baby steps, baby steps. All right, sweet pea. What I have here for you, especially when it comes to you asked about money, and boy, work, it looks like here it's happening for you. You've got you drew a green 3, and that's, a lot of things are going to be starting to balance out and work for you. It's 3 is a very joyful number too. So whatever you're doing as far as work is concerned, it is going to be working out into your favor. Let's see here. Yeah, there you are taking quick action. Boom. Fast action when this happens. And the 2 fastest knights in the deck. Look at that. So you're taking all kinds of action, and you're not sitting around for it. You're figuring out what to do and what actions to take. And it's all leading to a financial situation. Either this is a raise, a promotion, a new position, or just a whole new job altogether. Whatever this thing is, it's bam. It looks like here, don't stress. Okay. Just know that it's coming your way, and you have the strength and the ability to handle the situation financially and the stress. And it looks like here you're going to find your niche. Whatever this is coming your way, you are taking a dominant role in that. And it also does look like here there's a decision being made, a final decision. It's going to find, you're feeling like you're finally finding your place and where you fit the most and feel most comfortable, but also the most successful too. And it does look like here there's going to be somebody around you with the possible initial of an M, N, A, or T around that situation or around you that's going to be helping you make that decision. And it is going to help things financially a lot, a lot. Okay, I'm just leave it like that. So whatever it is that you're working through this year, it looks like here it's probably a financial thing. And that means it's working on just choosing and taking fast action towards financial security. And I think you're on your way. I'm going to leave that with you, honey, and I hope that helps. Oh, and Tina, someone's feeling a strong connection to you and wants to know if you want a reading. Boy, oh boy. It's like, come on. I don't know why they do that. It's so weird. Okay, but anyway. Again, see, it's like, people they find something that they see it works for somebody, and they try to just kind of either get in on it, right there and there, like butt in like that, or copy in some form. And just like, yeah, they just need to like have confidence in themselves to start their own page and do their own thing. So anyway, Stephanie, here you go, hon. Any messages for you tonight? Yes. Let's see what we got here for you, hon. But before I go, I'm focusing on you still. Don't worry, I'm still focusing on you. But this guy here, pretty amazing. And I feel like, you know what, if you want a good read and you want to get to know somebody, and you even might even have a little bit of something in common, which I found I do, you're gonna have that human connection and really relate to his story. So he's selling his books, and I really think that you should kind of look into it. I mean, he's doing raffles, and so that people can he just wants to share his story, because he feels it's going to, out of love, his intent is love for himself and loving and accepting himself, but also with his story and all the things that he went through in his life and experienced. Maybe he survived through it. He went through it. And maybe you're in somewhere in this book in some level, and maybe he has some advice for you in here. And, and it's not like, oh, well, I read a book and, this is what happens, and you should do this and you should do that. No, he's been there, done that. He lived it. And this is a story about him and how he survived and worked through things. So you might want to give it a try. So, all right. So Stephanie, here we go. Thank you. All right, so let's see what we got here for Stephanie. I know I'm like really quiet tonight, right? I'm like really mellow. I'm not sure I like it. It's like feels uncomfortable that I'm like not all wired and squirrely. So I'm not feeling myself completely. But anyway, it shows here Ace of Cups, or not Ace of Cups, King of Cups. There we go. Now I'm getting all squirrely, right? King of Cups. All right. And this is about an emotional situation that's coming up here for you that you need to make changes on. It's saying basically take a dominant role and control over, an emotional situation and create the changes that you're needing. If you're unhappy emotionally about a certain situation, take control over it and change it. Make the changes, because it's all about, we're here in this world and in these meat suits here for a lesson, a life lesson, a soul journey, and having lessons and experiences. So if you're feeling something and you're not really happy about it and you want to make some changes, or you would like some changes, then, even if it means you're feeling like you're stuck in your situation, then make the changes within yourself. So it does look like your changes and growth are happening here for you, especially on an emotional situation. I feel like communication is key here. And I feel like you are moving on towards bigger and better things. You're walking away from something that doesn't work for you on an emotional level, whatever that is, whatever it is, whether you don't like your job, or you don't like, that, you have to walk on Legos every day. I don't know, then pick up the Legos, make some changes, or if there's a better job out there that you just really want it, go apply for it. And then if you get the offer, then you can leave the other job and walk away from it and walk towards something that's bringing you growth and happiness. And it's going to be a decision that you're going to be making very soon. So it's saying here, it's all within the works, all happening, all in divine timing. It might be competitive, which is kind of exciting and scary at the same time. But you know what? You're having faith in yourself, and you're stepping out in faith, and you're moving forward. And you're not even having to worry about making the decision because it's just, the answer is just going to come to you. And you're going to know, this is what I need to do. I need these changes I need to make. I'm not happy in this over here. So I'm going to find my happiness and I'm going to go after it. I'm going to create the happy situation that I'm looking for. So if it's Legos on the floor and you're stepping on them all the time, well, then find a way to contain the Legos so you don't step on them. Or if it's a job or a relationship or whatever it is, find whatever's going to work for you within yourself first, and then start taking steps to make it happen. I'm going to leave that with you, Hannah, and I hope that helps. Hey, Keith, how's it going? I certainly can pull a card for you. All right, Keith. Here we go. All right, my dear, here we go. You're welcome. Ooh, a decision. There's something coming up here, a new beginning, and it's saying be courageous. The word courage is coming to my head. So you got your sword and you're being courageous and you're moving forward towards this new idea. Okay, maybe you're signing a contract. Though, let me tell you something. If you're signing a contract, make sure it's not in Mercury retrograde. Holy moly. Some people are having like the worst retrograde ever. And it's really just like, but you know what? I actually heard from this one woman today. And don't worry, Keith, I'm coming to you. And she was saying, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this Mercury retrograde to be over. And funny, I woke up this morning going, is it Mercury retrograde? And I was like, sometimes I pay attention, sometimes I don't, but today I was like, that popped in my head. And sure enough, on social media, there I am, focused as can be. I'm trying to find, I was on the absolute search today, Keith, looking for funny memes. I've got so many people on my friends list. You think someone would have a funny meme, but everyone's bitching about something or feeling sad about this, or this is bad, that's going on here, oh, woe is me, blah, blah, blah. And you know what? Yeah, we all have our problems. Yes, everyone's got a problem. But that's our so what? So what? Let's focus on where you're going from there. How are you going to get yourself out of that situation? Okay, if you keep focusing on the negative, boom, you're going to create more negativity, more things to be negative about. Focus on positive things, on how to get out of that situation or stop it or whatever. Just even if you can't get out of that situation, at least focus on the good things that you can, the silver lining somewhere. And that's what I was saying with her. It's like, okay, yeah, you had all these experiences, but it seems like you had an angel following you around all day and keeping you from having those incidences become really bad experiences. Someone was always there to help, a helping hand in some form. So, but this is you having an idea, and you need to be courageous and move forward with this. You have to take the action, okay? Don't sit around and wonder, okay? Don't sit all like, I don't know how to make a decision. Figure out, go for it, okay? Create the steps that you need to do and move forward with those little baby steps towards this goal. And it looks like you will be very proud of yourself. Look at that. The cards are just like, as if like I know what I'm talking about, right? And it does look like here, I'm thinking around this time, it's going to be around, that's Earth, right? Earth, the Pentacles is Earth. Earth is Taurus, and we're coming up to Taurus. Yeah, we're coming up to Taurus pretty quick. So Taurus time frame, or if not Taurus, maybe by Virgo time frame, which is my time frame. I'm a Virgo, but I have Leo rising. So, and look at that. That's a Leo right there. Boom. So this could be just a whole new experience for you that you're learning and moving through, and a nice idea that you need to take action on, or it's just an idea. Okay. Be courageous. Okay. That's what they keep saying. Courage in my head. Courage of a lion to move forward and handle the situation how it needs to be. Those steps that you need to take and move forward with it because it looks successful. Bam. Look at you taking action. Look at that. See? And there's news coming in that is going to tell you, boom, all right? Don't mistrust yourself. Don't sabotage it with mistrust. Okay? It's worth the investment I see something coming to you, and does it look like here, it's going to bring you time for yourself to move forward. And it does look like here, there's a partnership situation going on or a relationship thing coming. So this might be work, but you know what? It's going to lead to good things. It's been something you've been ready and waiting for. So don't worry about it. Just if you get the idea, whatever it is, move forward. Take the steps that you need to just, even though it's scary, don't worry. You know? And if it doesn't succeed the first time, then you just found one way that's not going to work. And then you find another way to do it. Okay? So anyway, good luck, Keith, with whatever this thing's coming your way. Emily, what's the next 6 months going to look like for me? Well, how about we just kind of focus on maybe one thing? Good, Keith, I'm glad. Because it looks like you're thinking a lot there. And the goodness queen, she's trolling me. All right, let's see what we got going on here. All right, Emily, let's focus on you, hon. All right. Oh, you feel trapped, don't you? All right. You're not seeing the whole situation, but for what it is. But let's start looking for the silver lining, like I was just talking about with Keith. Okay. And maybe this is kind of like going from his reading into blending into yours. Okay. Saying here, look for the silver lining because there's love and happiness all around you. Okay. And it's just, maybe there's a situation coming up here. Maybe some news that you heard. It's kind of, you're stressing over. You can't figure your way out of a certain situation. But it's saying here, if you don't stress, if you start to process what you're feeling and why you're feeling it, and why you want it to be either changed or remain the same or whatever it is you're feeling, study and figure out your why. Why are you feeling this way? Why are you doing this? What are you wanting? Like you want to know what this next 6 months are? What are they going to look like for you? You make that decision. Okay. I got the cards here. Yeah. And they can confirm whatever you're thinking about, or they can give you guidance into what's going on here. But you are the ultimate decision maker here in your life. So you need to do some soul searching, figure out what you want your next 6 months to look like and the goal where you're going to be at the end of the 6 months. And you're going to figure out the baby steps you need to take. Write them out on a whiteboard and stick to it and take the action that you actually need to take to do those baby steps. Okay. Because then I do see you totally motivated and moving forward towards it. And you're going to get the recognition you're looking for in the end of those 6 months, maybe even sooner, like possibly even 3 to 6 months, or by the 3rd month. Oh, we're already past the 3rd month, aren't we? Yeah. So probably within around 3 months. Okay. You're going to get the recognition you're hoping for, and you'll be very proud of yourself. So I see you're very independent and you're becoming more dominant in a financial situation. I don't know, you like numbers or something? Is it money? But if you're signing a contract, again, try to stay away from Mercury retrograde. But I do listen to your intuition. You are sharp. And does it look here an opportunity is presenting itself for you? I'm going to leave that with you, and I hope that helps. You guys, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. And I hope to see you next Tuesday. Remember, save that address up there, favorite it, and then set your alarms. Okay, because we all have these things stuck to our hands all the time. I actually have 2. And so in there, you program your and save 9. Or where am I? What time is it again? Oh, I forget the time. 5 p.m. Central. Okay, to have your readings with me. And I'll see you next week.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.